Hey peeps! Welcome to my April fabric haul video and sewing plans. Last month I had really big ambitions to get lots and lots done, and I nearly managed it, but I did have a few things that fell by the wayside. So I've kind of narrowed the field this time a little bit because I've got some other things that I need to be making lots of stuff for and prepping for. So I thought I would try and set myself a realistic goal. So fingers crossed I've done it, and fingers crossed at the end of April I will have another lookbook for you with everything complete. So we shall see. First up, one of the reasons that I didn't get some of the other stuff that I wanted to do done last month was I decided to finish some UFOs, one of which you can see behind me here. That's a by hand London Anna bodice and a Kittenish Behaviour 5-panel skirt, and another one was my Grace dress, which I'm wearing here, and it's in the Michael Miller regatta border print. And here we go, I'll show you without the jumper on it. There we go. So yes, it's got a box pleated skirt with the gathers behind it, so there's a full 3 meters of fabric in this skirt. So really pleased with how that came out, because I do like a bit of a twirl, as you know. And what I did was, initially I used the same fabric and cut out a white stripe for the waistband, which was okay, but it didn't look quite right, and the stripes, because they're all gradiating up to smaller at the top, it wasn't a full solid waistband. There was some navy at the top and the bottom, so it didn't quite look right. So I left it for a while and then decided that no, I know what would be better. I will pick up some of the red from the print and put in a red waistband, which is what I've done here, and I love it. Really pleased with how that turned out. I'm going to put my jumper back on because it's not the warmest here, so 2 seconds. As I said, I think on Instagram when I was making this, it's completely inappropriate for the time of year, but I've had this fabric since Christmas and I couldn't sit on it any longer, so I'd started making it in February and then finished it in March. So I shall now be wearing it with jumpers and possibly tights for April, and we'll see how the summer treats us this year in the UK, so fingers crossed for some sun. This month I've got lots to do. Like I said, I've got to make a birthday present for my niece. It's her 20th birthday this year, which I can't quite believe. She's nicknamed Small Girl Type Creature, and I will happily make her anything that she wants, and the idea is that she buys the fabric and I'll make the thing for her. So my brother, his wife and Small Girl Type Creature came to visit us at the beginning of March, which was lovely, and a surprise for my mum. We hadn't told her that they were coming. We made her cry in a good way. She was happy. But we went out shopping on the Saturday while they were all here, and we went to the local fabric shop because I needed to pick up some bits and pieces for the orders that I had to do. And one of the things that Small Girl Type Creature picked out was this skull and crossbones fabric on a red roses background. Let me get a bit closer and show you that. There we go. So yeah, from far away it looks like a very pretty floral print, and then you get a little bit closer and yeah, skull and crossbones. So she wants a 50s vintage style dress, very full skirt, not too long, and I've made her a few skirts, a few dresses in the past, especially the Deer and Doe Belladon pattern, the one with a little cutout at the back. She had that as her bridesmaid's dress and it looked awesome. But I've also made her an Eliza Lex dress from By Hand London, and I'm going to use that bodice, a Princess Theme bodice, and then I'm going to just do a gathered panelled skirt, so three widths of the fabric gathered down to her waist measurement to the length that she wants. And that's going to be her birthday present, because her birthday is the day after mine on the 2nd of May. So that's the first thing that I've got to get done in April. Now I've also got a few UFOs floating around that I would like to get finished, especially as they are all summer dresses. And the first one is a Grace dress, so this is exactly the same as I'm wearing now, out of this Timeless Treasures, what's it called? Nature. Timeless treasures, yeah, just nature. So yes, absolutely beautiful border print. I do like a border print, as you can probably tell. Now I've already made this dress and finished it off and worn it once, and I wore it out to a quilting guild meeting and nearly got mugged. It was out in Saudi Arabia and I had an abaya on, but when we got to the lady's house, because it was for an embroidery tutorial, we all took our abayas off, and then everyone was like, "Ooh, ooh!" And then because I had an abaya to wear, they were all like, "That's fine, you can go home without the dress. Leave us the dress. We'll have the dress." So yeah, they really liked the fabric. So no, I didn't let them cut my dress apart, but I'd only bought 2.5 meters of it, and although I liked it, I didn't like how the skirt felt a bit lackluster, a bit less oomphy than I like. I like very full skirts that I can wear crinoline under if I want to. So I bought an extra 1.5 meters of this, and I'm going to add a panel to the skirt, and then I will have a nice big full poofy skirt that I crave, and I shall be happy and wear it more often, which is great. So that's my first UFO. So my second UFO for this month is going to be to finish off this jumpsuit that I've been making. And I actually made it and finished it, and I copied it from a Dorothy Perkins actual jumpsuit that I have, which I love and I wear all the time, but it doesn't fit me properly. It's way too big around the waist, but that's okay because it has a waist tie and it is a little bit tight on my boobs. I didn't take that into account when I traced off the pattern and made my own pattern, so I made myself one of these jumpsuits, made it up completely like the Dorothy Perkins one, and surprisingly, it had all the same fit issues. So I've taken the top of that off, and I've just got the trousers here, which are, as you probably can tell, Liberty Carline Lawn, which I got from eBay, which is just so pretty. Love this stuff. And they're super, as you can see, that's the trouser leg. They're super wide trousers, and they've been creased up because I started making this time last year, and it's just been sitting there. With all the pieces cut out, I've made the alterations. I've not changed the waist at all because I don't mind cinching it in with the ties, and that also means you can eat a slightly bigger dinner and loosen it afterwards, so you're still comfortable. But the thing that I didn't like was the tightness around the bust. It looked too small, so I've done a full bust adjustment on the pattern pieces, and I've got them all cut out, so I'm going to get that finished this month. Now, last month I said I was going to sew the Sewaholic Robson trench coat and make a wearable muslin out of it, and that's one of my things to do for this month, because for my birthday I am hopefully getting the two-tone lining fabric that I want for the finished article, which is in the dark bottle green brushed cotton twill. So if I'm asking for fabric for my birthday, I want to make sure it's going to be for something that I really want. So I will get the Robson trench coat wearable muslin finished this month. Yes. Right, next up I got this, what they said was rayon from India, and it's beautiful. It's very drapey. There's lots of it because it's quite narrow. I'm trying to find an end now. Can I find an end? No. But yeah, so it's very drapey, and it's an abstract grid print, which I quite liked because that means I mean, there will be some pattern matching that needs to get done, but it's not going to be an absolute horrendous nightmare to do. So yeah, a couple of months ago I muslined the bodice on this vintage pattern. There we go. Because I really liked the square neckline on it, and I muslined it and it came up, and it was a little bit baggier than I would have liked, especially if I'd have made it out of a quilting cotton, which is what I was initially intending to do. But then I thought, well actually no, I quite like the fit of it, and I like the idea of it not being too restricting and tight, because it's got sort of little sleeves on it as well. So I thought, I know, I shall make it out of a super drapey rayon and see how that turns out. So that's the plan for this beautiful actually navy. I'm not sure if it's coming across as navy on there. But yeah, that's the plan for that navy rayon that I've got. So fingers crossed that comes out alright. And I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do for this skirt. It will probably end up being a very full panelled circle skirt, as that's just the silhouette that I like and I feel most comfortable in. So if it ain't broke, why fix it? Something along those lines, I think that quote goes. So next up, again another eBay purchase, is this cotton lawn, which has, let's see if I can get a bit closer and show you, this crocheted or appliqued or lace or cotton lace edging on it, all along one selvage edge. So the seller had put it up as very All Saints, which I can kind of see. I mean, I love All Saints, but I'm definitely not the right shape to wear their clothes. Yeah, so I found this. It's very lightweight sheer cotton lawn with this panel at the bottom. So, of course, border print, I'm going to make a version of this dress. This one that you see here, or sort of see. So I'm going to make myself another one of those. I'm going to put a little bit of the crochet detail at the top, and then it's going to be as much as is left along the bottom as a full skirt. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a gathered skirt like the purple pansies one from last month, or if I'm going to do a box pleat with gathers behind. We shall see, because it's very fine fabric, so I'm thinking it's not going to be too bulky if I just do straight gathers. It is, because it's so fine, I'm going to have to make like an A-line underskirt so that I'm not constantly just wandering around flashing my knickers because it's so see-through. So I'm going to have to do that anyway, so I don't want to add too much bulk at the waistline, but we shall see. So it's going to be some iteration of the Kittenish Behaviour Grace dress anyway, because I love that silhouette. It's my favourite. So yes, that's what that one's going to be. And then finally, I've got this border print, which is Michael Miller, and it's called Paradise. Let's see, sorry, it's Michael Miller, and it's called Paradise Island. If you can't tell, I love Michael Miller prints, and again, I love border prints, and this is another border print. Here we go. So I have decided, I've got just under 5 meters of this. I'm going to make the by hand London Anna maxi skirt with the giant split up it, because I've made 2 of those already and I love that skirt shape. I don't like the A-line panelled skirt shape when it's just below the knee on me. I don't think it's very flattering, but when it's maxi length, I think it's gorgeous. So I'm going to do that, obviously with the border, and then depending on print placement, because it is very, let's see, the print comes obviously all the way up to the top, so I'm not sure about print placement for a bodice on this one. I might do a plain white bodice. I've got some plain green cotton that goes with this, so I might do again a green waistband and green straps with the bodice in this print itself. Something along those lines, I'm thinking. So yeah, that's obviously another quilting cotton, Michael Miller, yes. It's really nice. I've had this in my stash for months and months and months as well, and I always knew I wanted to do something maxi skirtish with it, but not quite sure what, so I think that's going to look great. So that's my sewing plans for April. Fingers crossed I get everything done. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Like I said before, I love watching them, so fingers crossed it's appealing to some of you out there, and if it is, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I shall see you very soon. Bye! There we go. Oh, can't get in. Yeah, so I've got to fold everything up again. I've made a mess.